Hi everyone, welcome to Raise to Rise podcast, a place where we discuss bite-sized wisdom nuggets with easy-to-follow practices to live a better life. Raise to Rise podcast is supported by Ayurvedic Seva. Ayurvedic Seva is an herbal dietary supplement line set out to change the industry by dedicating the company to quality, safety, and holistic approach on making the wellness journey safe, healthy, and natural. If you want to start adding some natural herbs in your life, then head over to ayurvedicseva.com and use our promo code RAISE2RISE for 30% discount. Once again, it's ayurvedicseva.com and use our promo code RAISE2RISE for 30% discount. I am your host, Mital Patel, a parenting junkie, Ayurveda enthusiast, and an advocate of conscious living. Hello there, welcome to our conscious chat. Today, we're going to learn how to mind our own business. Yes, mind our own business. Yes, no, don't get into my silly jokes. Today, we're going to learn about mind. Our mind is seriously like a personal garden that needs to be cultivated. Yes, my friends. Now, let's say, for example, what will happen if we don't take care of our mind? So, for example, if you don't spend any time maintaining your garden, what's going to happen? Yeah, we're going to get weeds. And weeds require no cultivation because they just grow on their own. Similarly, in the garden of our mind, it turns out that weeds are going to manifest themselves, which means we're going to have to take care of this, which also means we're going to have to learn what exactly this thing, this garden or the mind is made up of. What kind of roses are growing or what kind of plants are there? What kind of trees are, right? So first, let's look at what makes the mind. So the mind is made up of 95% of subconscious mind and 5% of conscious mind. Yes, you heard me. There are two parts in our mind, subconscious mind and conscious mind. Now let's visualize a little. Visualize that there is a boat and a man. A boat is subconscious mind, and a man who's steering a boat is a conscious mind, which is only 5%. And the big boat is the 95% of our mind, the subconscious mind. Now, I hope that this gave you a picture about what exactly the mind looks like. Now, let's look at what's inside the subconscious mind and what's inside the conscious mind. So, conscious mind is all about logical thinking, creativity, analytical thinking, willpower, rational thinking, and stuff like that. Where the subconscious mind, which is a data bank for everything. It's the powerful secondary system that runs everything in our life. Yes, you heard me, everything. It stores, it's about the emotions, the belief systems, the conditioning, the failing experiences, the memories, the culture, the language, the interactions, teachers, self-image, behaviors, values. All these things are part of subconscious mind. Now, just give it a second and let that sink. It's a huge data bank. Basically, everything that you have seen, done, or thought is stored in your subconscious mind. But it's also our guidance system, and it constantly monitors the information coming from all the senses. So let me explain a little about how these things get to our subconscious mind and how they get into conscious mind. There is a huge process that our mind does. We really think mind is just 4-letter word, but that 4-letter word is a huge part of our life. Once you get this, once you train this, your life is set. Now, just for the information purposes or the perspective purposes, I want to share one of the things that fascinated first when I learned about that our subconscious mind, like literally processes about 400 billion bits of information per second. And the impulses travel at a speed of up to 100,000 miles per hour. Yes, how fascinating that. Now, what happens? Our subconscious mind literally takes all this information, because this is all going into the subconscious mind. Once it gets there, it gets filtered. It gets filtered from our external world to internal world. So subconscious mind like literally filters it and then sends it to our internal world, and it doesn't transfer all the information. It filters from 400 billion to it only sends about 2,000 bits information per second. Yes, that's a huge responsibility that our subconscious mind has. Now, once it gets into our internal world, then it goes to our conscious mind, and this is the internal representation. Then it attaches the meaning to it, then it creates the emotional state, and then it affects the physiology, and then it determines our behavior. So there's this whole process going on in our mind, which we really don't think about it ever, right? So again, just visualize this, the information. So let's say left side is your subconscious mind, right side is the conscious mind, and the information is going from left side. So the information are going at about 400 billion bits information per second going into our subconscious mind. Then there's a filter. It gets filtered to our internal world, and only 2,000 bits information per second gets transferred to our conscious mind, which then, attaches the meaning, creates emotional state, and then affects its physiology, which determines our behavior. So there's this huge process that happens inside our mind. So how fascinating is that everything gets filtered through languages, attitude, and experiences from our subconscious mind to conscious mind. So how important it is to take care of our subconscious mind, like for real, seriously, because willpower can take us so far, because we only have 5% of mind coverage for that. The conscious mind is only 5%. So we really need to rewire our mind, because unconsciously our subconscious mind is what steers the boat. But in reality, we want our conscious mind to take over, not the subconscious mind. Hence, I am so fascinated with the whole subconscious mind and the conscious mind, because no matter how much I want to raise my consciousness, if I don't deal with my subconscious mind, if I don't deal with my negative self-belief system, the mind conditioning, the experiences, the emotions, and the language that I speak to myself, if I don't work on these things, the consciousness, the conscious learning that we do is not gonna last long. And so if we want to create the long-term understanding, and if we want our conscious mind to be in charge of our boat, then we're gonna have to work through our subconscious mind. We're gonna have to understand the power of subconscious mind. And so with this, I'm gonna leave you with an affirmation that I learned. By the way, I learned all the difference about subconscious mind and conscious mind from my mentor coach, and she is phenomenal. She literally blew my mind with this whole teaching. And so thank you everyone for listening, and I hope I was able to provide the value today. With this, I want to leave you with an affirmation for you to practice and start finding the ways that you can learn to hold the power of subconscious mind. The affirmation is, I am going to reverse engineer the whole process. And another favorite one of mine is, I can do all things through the power of my subconscious mind. Yes, you can do all the things through the power of your subconscious mind. So let's do this. Let's raise our consciousness along with taking care of our subconscious mind. Thanks for listening to Raise to Rise podcast. We would absolutely love to hear your thoughts about today's episode. Please let me know you have listened to this episode and fill me with your aha moment. Share it on Instagram, tag me with hashtag Raise to Rise or at Raise to Rise, and I would love to share those to my stories and shout you out there. I would also love if you can subscribe, rate, and review the podcast. It's our brand new podcast launch, and we have some bonus giveaways going on for the top raters and reviewers. Also, I would love to send you my 7-day parenting journal absolutely for free. All you gotta do is leave me a review in the iTunes store, take a screenshot, and email it over at raisetorisepodcast@gmail.com. Again, take a screenshot of the review and email me at raisetorisepodcast@gmail.com, and I will send you the 7-day parenting journal absolutely for free. Thank you so much for being the active listener of this podcast. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you for raising your consciousness and rising as joyful beings.